Noel, it's a 2-game week, but when you win the first one, you bounce into the second one. How do you feel?
Yeah, listen, the boys have been brilliant. We're still progressing. We're still trying to move it forward. I think we are doing it. It's a couple of steps, I think, in the right direction, even though the result of the game of the weekend wasn't what we wanted. But in terms of the performance and how we tried to do things, I thought was in the right manner, and we done our best at that time to go win the game. Just fell short. But then we carry it into Tuesday, same beliefs, same organisation, just a tweak to here and there in terms of personnel and what we did on the night. And I thought the boys were really good. 9
changes, and we spoke after the game Tuesday, but the boys that came in really grabbed the opportunity.
Yeah, they did. They done great. But again, it comes down to the fundamentals of the game. Like, to give yourself a chance, you have to work harder. You have to try and outwork and outfight teams. I think they were complimentary after the game that they said that we beat them up, which is a nice compliment in our way. But the fact that our running stats and our individual dual stats were up there contributes to the result at the end of the day, and that was the big thing. Probably disappointed we didn't score another just to kill the game off, and then the goal at the end is a farce, isn't it? Let's be honest, but it is what it is.
The fans loved it, and they love the fact a lot of these players are homegrown as well, and they're all thinking that you're going to have a headache going into the weekend. But I guess from your point of view, that's a nice headache to have, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a different headache to have. I haven't had one of them for a while. But no, listen, it's great. You know, you go through any number of the team. The game Saturday is going to be a totally different game. These are well organised, strong side, big side, so we have to put plenty of thought into the preparation. But like you said, every one of these boys on Tuesday night gave themselves a great chance, and that's what we are. We can't just rely on 11 individuals. You know what I mean? We have to have a squad of 20, 22 lads that can come in and do the exact same, if not a better job than what's been there before. And that's what we spoke about really importantly before the game, that the finishers that come onto the game, that they finish strong. You know, that when we make subs in the game, or when we change the personnel, that the intensity and the work rate has to be there from when them boys come on to what's been given from the start. And I thought that was really important on Tuesday night, that we had really high numbers in terms of our intensity, our work rate, fundamentals that we live by, and then we get the result.
I still count myself as new to the club, but one thing that's really struck me is the kind of the strategy that goes through it. You know the academy well, you were in there, those players have come through as well, and it really seemed on Tuesday night that it was just a seamless continuation of like the overall strategy of the club almost on the pitch.
Yeah, look, listen, the real work is done down there with these lads, you know, from under 12s, 13s, all the way up from under 8s really. But you know, when they come through, you know, Scotty with the 21s, they're well drilled and they work hard, and that's like, it's probably in a way, they've been saying it's probably the best it's been in the last 4 years since I've been here. That we've got rid of the bad actors, and we got boys that want to come in and work hard and progress and be professional footballers for the right reasons. You know, we see the characters first and foremost. They have to be humble and they have to be grateful for the opportunity they're given at this football club, and we really see that now. Everyone's helping each other out. Everyone can't do enough on and off the football field, and that's what you want. That's the stages you need to get to in order to progress and to be successful.
And there's a pathway now, because the boys coming in now, the scholars that came in last month, they can look through now and they can see the first team. They can see a clear path.
Yeah, listen, yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think we had a few debuts the other night, and then boys like that have had different stories come back into the team. And, you know, people like Shay Spencer, Ashkar, who have had you know, stop starts a little bit in the way. Especially Shay had a really serious injury out here a couple of years ago, and to see him come back and to develop and to progress, and still be that same person he was when he came in the door, that kind of shy and quiet lad. But it's really great to see, and it's important that our younger ones see that, and they have them relationships in terms of when the lads go back down into the 21s, or when they eat with the 21s, and that they're still the same people, and they still speak to the same people, and they bring the young boys across. And we say that they're not only our first team boys can be role models, but they're role models to the younger ones as well.
And with everything that happened here, we've spoken about, and everyone has spoken about a lot, everyone knows the issues that happened here. Has that created opportunities that maybe wouldn't have been there had the club been on an even keel financially? or brought them forward maybe?
Yeah, yes or no. Yes and no, to be fair. I think this club has always had a steep history in the academy. You know, if you go back down through when the likes of when I came to the club, you had Jem Karajan come through, Alex Pearce, Simon Church, Hal Robson Canu, Gylfi Sigurdsson. You know, they recruited and they brought in these young players from as close as early down the road to Iceland, you know, and to the US, to Korea. We had Korean boys here when I came first, young boys, and it's amazing. But it's then when they come in the building how they grow and how they develop and the rapid pace they do that is important. That they get chances to play up, and to play up means they might play from 12s to 15s or 15s to 21s. We've seen it with me probably 2-3 years ago that Ashkar played with me. You know, I just felt that he was physically capable and he had a really good attributes that we needed to develop quicker. And you see on Tuesday night how well he's played. And it's what I said to him. It's one game. You know, come back to me when you have 100 of them, and we'll talk. But he was great, and he had a smile on his face, and that's what you want to see. Boys that are fulfilling. I said to him before, that goes, these games are televised. It's what you've done as a kid. It's how you saw yourself as a kid. Not having a nice car, not having nice wash bags. That's irrelevant. That stuff's not important. It's the stuff that you see yourself when you're a kid in the back garden or against the shed when your parents are shouting at you for knocking the paint off the door. And it's how you saw yourself play as a child, looking down on yourself with people watching you. You know, these opportunities they don't come to everybody that play football. You're very, very blessed and very lucky. Just take the opportunity when it comes.
So back to the nitty gritty of League One, AFC Wimbledon. This is a team with momentum. Teams that come up from a division below, they come in with a bit of, not a swagger, but they've got momentum because they know what it feels like to win. What do you make of the gap between League Two and League One?
I don't think there's a lot in it now at the moment. I think, like you just said there, that they have a knack and a habit for winning, you know. And Jacko's a really good guy. You know, I've met him on several occasions, and he's a top guy, and he's a really good coach, and he's put together a really strong team, and they've been together for a long time. They've added to it in the summer, obviously. So it'll be a tough one for us. You know, we've got to make sure that we do our stuff. Like I said, we're still growing, we're still gelling. Boys are still getting to know each other, but I think we can see patterns coming on the pitch and relationships forming. And we've got to go out and put our best foot, our front foot forward. We're at home, so it's on us to make sure we start fast and we take the game with our tempo and we dictate it. And
getting the goals in the week, first of the season in the cup was a big milestone as well. And I guess it's the springboard now of translating that into league football.
Yeah, listen, we said it before the game that, you know, I hear bits and pieces that people tell me about, you know, scoring. It's important, of course it is, but when you have 11 strangers on a pitch, it doesn't just happen. You know, it's not that easy, and the boys are working so hard, and we work so hard on patterns and relationship forming, and, you know, wide triangles, our front four, how we see it, and keep the dialogue, you know, flowing in the right direction. I think that's really important. For us from when we started to the progressions throughout the last couple of games, I think people can openly admit that it's been better. It's getting better and better and better. I'm not going to say it's going to keep continuing like that, but you'd like to think that's what we're trying to do. Creating and scoring chances is what the game's about for us, and keeping clean sheets and being disciplined. But I'm a forward-thinking player. I want to play forward. I want to get us into the final third as often as we can to create chances. So we said before the game we could smell it. It was coming. We're getting closer to scoring, and I think on Tuesday night the goals were well taken. We had people in the right areas. We moved it in the right manner, and I think they were well worked goals as well. Not just, you know, we didn't just lump it. We calculated the play, and I think Kelvin E was really, really strong, and you know, it comes down to the desire and wanting to score goals. And I said that to him before the game. He can be anything he wants to be, but now he has to show what he can be and what he should be. I said it in a different way to him, so it made sense to him. But I thought he done really well in the game, not just being a goal threat, but being that focal point for us, being the aggressor. Because he's 6'4" and he's got so many attributes that we love and we see in him that can progress and beat and get us to the next level and get himself to the next level. So with him and Mark, I thought Mark came on and done really well again in terms of the game, keeping the intensity, keeping the ball, and he's unlucky with the one that he blocks off the goalkeeper, that it doesn't just fall to him, you know. So it's in the right way. We're going the right way. That's the main thing, and like I said, goals are really important to us, and getting people in the box and making sure that we understand what that looks like is important.
In terms of familiarity, we'll be seeing Wimbledon again by the end of the month. So we'll see this team, maybe different sides on both counts. We won't know, but does that play into this at all, or is it just literally just Saturday?
No, it doesn't. Right now, the most important game in our lives is Saturday. Simple as that, and we don't look past that. We have an overview in the office ourselves about what's coming up, but in terms of the players right now, that our focus is on Wimbledon, who are a good side, who are a strong side, big side, disciplined side, and they got players that can hurt you. And many teams have seen that over the last 6 months to a year. So for us, we've got to make sure we do our homework, make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned, and we go out there trying to win a game of football.
And it wouldn't be an interview with you, Noel, in August without me asking you about the transfer window. What fans are still online saying where are the players that we've heard about 3 or 4 maybe coming in? What's the news?
Yeah, look, listen, we're working hard. I know this is a cliche, I keep on saying it, but we're close to a couple. Whether we'll get them done before the weekend, I don't know, but I'm hoping to have at least one in between now and the end of the weekend.
So watch this space.
Yeah, watch the space.